Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Kenya Defence Forces Weekly Bulletin, your trusted source for weekly updates on defence activities from operational highlights to the latest developments at the Ministry of Defence. I am Senior Sergeant Faith Mwai and here are our highlights tonight. Cabinet Secretary for Defence Honorable Sweepan Tuya presides over signing of performance contracts. Chief of the Defence Forces General Charles Kahariri signs Defence Cooperation Agreement with Ethiopia. Commander Kenya Army Lieutenant General David Keter presides over Interformation Rifle Championship. East Africa Community States renew commitment to defence unity. And in sports, Nairobi team crowned champions of the Kdf netball Bora Cup championship. The Cabinet Secretary for Defence, Honorable Sweepan Tuya, led the signing of performance contracts for the 2025-2026 financial year at Defence Headquarters in Nairobi earlier this week. The event brought together the Chief of Defence Forces, General Charles Kahariri, Defence Principal Secretary, Dr. Patrick Mariru, and heads of the ministry's semi-autonomous government agencies, including the Kenya Ordnance Factories Corporation, Kenya Shipyards Limited, National Defence University Kenya, Kenya Meat Commission, and the Kenya Space Agency.
Speaking during the ceremony, Honorable Tuya said that performance contracts remain a vital tool in promoting accountability, efficiency, and alignment with the government priorities under Vision 2030 and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. She called on all present to take the commitment seriously, noting that they set clear targets and provide a measure for public service delivery. Honorable Tuya lauded the agencies for their timely financial reporting, productivity gains, and strong representation at trade fairs both locally and internationally. She urged them to push further in digitization, innovation, and meeting set targets.
On matters defence cooperation, Kenya and Ethiopia have signed a landmark defence cooperation agreement aimed at bolstering security collaboration and strengthening regional stability. The agreement was signed in Addis Ababa at the Ministry of Defence Headquarters, where Kenya's Chief of Defence Forces, General Charles Kahariri, met with his Ethiopian counterpart, Field Marshal Birhanu Jula. The pact sets up a structured framework to enhance joint training, improve interoperability, and establish faster intelligence sharing systems to counter emerging security threats. Speaking during the signing, General Kahariri said that the partnership represents an investment in innovation, resilient infrastructure, and industrial capacity designed to strengthen and make the two forces more adaptive. Field Marshal Jula, on the other hand, commended the agreement as a reflection of the long-standing bonds between the two countries, bound by shared borders, history, and challenges. He expressed optimism that the cooperation will safeguard peace and stability not only in Kenya and Ethiopia, but across the wider region. The Kenya Army has held its Interformation Rifle Championship at the Ngong Rifle Range at an event designed to sharpen marksmanship, discipline, and combat readiness among troops. Presided over by Lieutenant General David Keter, Commander Kenya Army, the competition brought together formations from Kahawa Garrison, Embakasi Garrison, and the Defence Headquarters Camp Administration Unit, all battling for honors in accuracy and battlefield skills. Take a look.
The event prepared participants for the upcoming Kenya Defence Forces Rifle Championship with categories such as the Bora Cup, Vijana Cup, Falling Plates, and the Moving Target Challenge, testing precision and resilience. In his address, Lieutenant General Keter highlighted the importance of competition in enhancing training, boosting teamwork, and sharpening combat readiness.
So I want to encourage all of us here, kwamba we have no other choice but to continue training. Tuko pamoja? Yes, we train hard, fight. This is the business of a service member and an officer in uniform.
Kahawa Garrison Bravo team emerged as the overall winners, with Kahawa Alpha team taking second place and Embakasi Garrison finishing third. Individual accolades went to Lieutenant Dominic Kemboi, who clinched the young officer best shot with a perfect score of 74 points, and Corporal Isaac Kibet, who secured the best young soldier shot with 64 points, both from Kahawa Garrison Bravo team. Senior Sergeant Joseph Mururu and Senior Private Kenneth Mwenda, also from Kahawa, took home the Best Pair award.
Do you have the courage to serve, the discipline to protect, the honor to defend? Your calling is here. The Kenya Defence Forces is recruiting from 13th to 25th October 2025. KDF will recruit specialist and general service duty cadets, servicemen and women, constables, tradesmen and women. Visit mod.go.ke, the official Ministry of Defence website, for more information and updates, or follow our official social media platforms: X @KDF.info, Facebook, Kenya Defence Forces, Instagram @KDF.info, TikTok, KDF Official, YouTube, Kenya Defence Forces. KDF recruitment is free and open to all eligible and qualified candidates. Attempting to bribe or any other form of corruption with intent to influence the recruitment process is a criminal offence. Report such cases at the nearest police station, military camp, or call/message 0726419706/0726419709.
Shifting gears to environmental stewardship, Kenya Navy Commander Major General Paul Otieno led a massive mangrove tree growing exercise at Mida Creek in Kilifi County on behalf of Cabinet Secretary for Defense Honorable Soipan Tuya. The exercise, part of the Ministry of Defense's nationwide tree planting campaign held every fourth Wednesday of the month, falls under the National Landscape and Ecosystem Restoration Strategy.
On behalf of Honorable Tuya, Major General Otieno described mangroves as natural guardians of the coastline, vital for shielding shores from erosion, cushioning communities against storms, and supporting marine biodiversity.
We want to thank the county government of Kilifi, the national government administration officers, and the dedicated agencies of the Ministry of Environment, the Kenya Forest Service, KWS, NEMA, KEMPRI, among others, for their tireless support. To the County Conservator of Forests and your team, we do salute you for working hand in hand with the communities to ensure trees are planted today and that they will stand for generations to come.
The commander called on residents to care for the trees until maturity and urged development partners to support communities by purchasing seedlings. He applauded Kenya Defence Forces personnel and partners for their contribution, noting that joint efforts remain key in tackling climate change. During the exercise, more than 40,000 seedlings were planted.
On to regional security, the East African community has taken another step towards strengthening regional security with a three-day meeting of the Multi-Agency Experts Working Group in Arusha, Tanzania. The talks brought together delegations from all partner states to refine the final draft of the East African Community Mutual Defense Pact, a framework designed to establish and operationalize joint defense among member nations.
Brigadier Stephen Huria, who chaired the meeting and also led the Kenya's delegation from the Defense Headquarters Operations Division, was accompanied by senior officers from the Kenya Defense Forces and officials from the Ministries of Defense, Interior, and Foreign Affairs. Brigadier Huria described the Mutual Defense Pact as more than a legal instrument, calling it a symbol of solidarity and a shared commitment to peace. He noted that working together will strengthen the region's collective defense capabilities, deter external threats, and foster a culture of cooperation and mutual respect. The meeting's outcomes are expected to lay the groundwork for a stronger regional security architecture within the East African Community framework.
Elsewhere, the Kenya Defence Forces, in collaboration with the Dedan Kimathi Foundation and Medical Missions Africa, have launched community initiatives in Baringo County aimed at enhancing healthcare, conserving the environment, and fostering peace.
In Kasakara, hundreds of residents attended a medical outreach camp where patients received treatment for common illnesses, including respiratory infections and maternal health concerns. Families also received clean drinking water to help curb waterborne diseases. In Chemolingot, soldiers, learners, and community members joined hands in planting trees across schools and security installations. The exercise, designed to promote environmental conservation, brought together young people and security personnel in a show of unity and shared responsibility for the future. Representative from the Dedan Kimathi Foundation stated that the initiatives aim to achieve the twin goals of enhancing health and protecting the environment. Security leaders, on their part, stressed that the KDF's mission extends beyond maintaining order to uplifting communities in the North Rift.
Welcome to the 2025 Nairobi International Trade Fair. From the 29th of September to the 5th of October 2025, the Ministry of Defense takes over the Jamhuri Showground with a showcase like no other. Don't just watch the future unfold, be part of it. Join us at the Ministry of Defense Pavilion, where innovation meets security and ideas become the power that shapes tomorrow. Experience the future, from state-of-the-art combat systems and cutting-edge cyber defense to health security innovations and breakthrough technologies is shaping tomorrow. It's more than an exhibition. It's a hub of ideas, opportunities, and connections that matter.
Welcome back. Kenya Defence Forces troops stationed in Mandera County have reached out to local communities with much-needed humanitarian support through civil-military cooperation activities. The operation, carried out in Abnur village and Damasa town, featured a medical camp, food distribution, and delivery of clean water to both households and madrasa institutions. To ease the effects of prolonged drought and a broken borehole pump in the town, the Kenya Defence Forces provided water for domestic animals. Hundreds of residents received medical attention for common sickness, with some referred for further treatment and guided on proper hygiene practices. Families were also supplied with maize flour, rice, and various food items to support them during the challenging dry season. The thankful locals appreciated the Kenya Defence Forces for their continuous support, promising to strengthen ties with the troops as a way of fostering peace and stability in the area. The outreach is part of the Kenya Defence Forces' broader mission in Mandera, not only maintaining security, but also helping communities access essential services and rebuilding trust through humanitarian assistance. In other news, the Kenya Defence Forces, working in collaboration with a multi-agency team and Operation Amani Boni, have partnered with local leaders in Lamu East to enhance peace and development in Kiunga and the broader Boni region. The Security and Development Forum, held at Kiunga Primary School, brought together Kenya Defence Forces officers, security agencies, community elders, local administrators, and residents. It was convened in partnership with Lamu East Member of Parliament, Captain Rueda, to promote cooperation between the security forces and the community.
Speaking at the meeting, the troops officer commanding said residents play a crucial role in safeguarding national security. He urged locals to remain vigilant and report suspicious activities linked to Al-Shabaab, noting that joint security operations are steadily restoring normalcy in the area. The area Member of Parliament, Captain Rueda, echoed the call for unity, condemning the recent bombing of a businesswoman's shop by suspected Al-Shabaab militants in Kiunga as a tragic attack on innocent lives. She urged security agencies to intensify operations while upholding professionalism and respect for human rights. Community leaders emphasized that people-centered engagement, mutual respect, and continuous dialogue remain essential to building trust and achieving lasting peace.
Moving to operational readiness, the new Force Intervention Brigade Commander, Brigadier General Alexander Masangura, has commended Kenyan troops serving in the Democratic Republic of Congo for their professionalism, dedication, and discipline. During his familiarization tour, Brigadier General Masangura visited the Kenya Quick Reaction Force at Camp Lieutenant Masulia in Mavivi, North Kivu Province, where he commended their contributions to peace and stability in the region.
Brigadier General Masangura reminded the troops that protecting civilians remains central to MONUSCO's mission, urging them to continue serving with courage, professionalism, and pride in representing both Kenya and the United Nations. The commander further emphasized the importance of teamwork, operational readiness, and close collaboration with other MONUSCO units and local stakeholders. Welcoming the visit, Kenya Contingent Commander Lieutenant Colonel Simon Seda reaffirmed the troops' commitment to the mission, saying they remain ready, resilient, and motivated. The visit comes as MONUSCO expands its operations to cover parts of Ituri province, which was previously troubled by armed groups but is now largely under control.
And in sports, the Nairobi team is the new champion of the 2025 Chief of Defense Forces Netball Championship, popularly known as the Bora Cup, after overpowering Moi Air Base 54-40 in a thrilling final at the Ulinzi Sports Complex, Nairobi. The two-week tournament, which brought together 15 elite teams from across the Kenya Defense Forces brigades, formations, units, and bases, was marked by skill, grit, and teamwork that kept fans entertained to the last whistle.
The semi-finals had set the stage for tense battles, with the Nairobi team, 2nd Brigade, Moi Air Base, and 8th Brigade advancing to the last four. In the third-place playoff, 2nd Brigade narrowly beat 8th Brigade 25-24 in a nail-biting contest. Presiding over the closing ceremony on behalf of Chief of the Defense Forces General Charles Kahariri, Lang'ata Garrison Commander Brigadier Matthew Lenamunai, flanked by Defense Forces Netball Association Chair Colonel Gideon Bebora, commended the teams for their spirited display. The Bora Cup remains a key talent factory for the Ulinzi Swords, the team that represents KDF and Kenya in national and international competitions.
Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media platforms and your continued viewership next week on the Kenya Defense Forces Weekly Bulletin. I am Senior Sergeant Faith Moai. Goodbye.